This is the trigger warning for our show. Please understand that various monsters had various victims and hunted in various ways depending on the folklore, mythology, or stories that were told about them. Please understand that it is not our intent to upset you. You will be given other warnings and additional warnings depending on the episode, but this is our blanket statement. We didn't write the myths, but we are using them to tell our story. Also, this is the content warning for our show. There will be cursing. There will be some interesting ideas. We will take it in where we can, but be warned, there was beer involved.
What if I told you there is a world where not only are monsters like vampires and werewolves real, but they have rights, just like you and me. And in this world, there exists a secret government organization dedicated to keeping you safe and making sure they follow the rules. Welcome to Anarium, a Monster of the Week podcast. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Anarium. I am your host and friendly neighborhood podcaster guy, Cameron Baker, back with the second episode in this little mini arc that I got to be the keeper for, and I'm very happy to be able to do so, and I hope you're enjoying it. Last episode, I believe we did give you a warning, but I'll go give you another warning here. About halfway through this episode and for the remainder of this little arc, Rob won't be a part of it. We recorded these at different times, and about halfway through, Rob was not able to finish recording, so we had to do what we could do to finish the arc with his blessing, of course. And he will be back, but we just wanted to let you know that you're going to notice something a little weird about halfway through, and we tried to roll the punches the best that we could as a show. We hope you appreciate what we were able to put together for you, and enjoy. All right, everybody, welcome back to Anarium. I'm your keeper, your best friend, Cameron, telling a story of a world that is my creation.
I mean, like, we're on it together.
Given Life by Monster of the Week, written by Michael Sands. And we have our normal
keeper.
Monster Daddy, Sam, over here.
Monster Daddy.
Yes, Laura, that is a thing. And it's sticking.
I'll feed you baby monsters. I'll feed you monster babies. My agents, my monster babies, whichever you prefer.
Is that a penis reference?
No, it's not.
It's not a penis. As far
I was
as I'm
thinking like
concerned.
giving
I'll feed you
information to
monster
like
babies.
baby birds. Remember the baby birds? I'll feed you.
Oh,
baby
now it
birds.
just turned into regurgitation. That's weird.
That's a thing. I made a joke about it once.
Yeah,
and it
man,
turned
we
out
were just
to be
talking
a
about
thing.
dicks.
Yeah.
You made it weird.
Okay, fair.
I'll feed you monster babies. I play Troy Walsh. He is a monstrous. He is your lycanthropic friend. He's been around for a while. It's a character I've played. You guys kind of know him. He's been in a few other episodes. Hopefully you are taking some interest because it's the character I'll play when I play. So if you don't like him, I apologize. But
That's all you're getting.
he's been in my head for about 8 years, and I know this character well enough that when I get to play him, I enjoy it with these poozers.
He's also 3 levels higher than I am.
Which, again, if you listen to the show often enough, you already know that Marcellus was a little OP for some of the stuff we've done. So now we have
Yeah, a
somebody
little bit. Not going to lie.
who's a little higher than him. So, all right.
Marcellus.
I'm Taylor. I play Marcellus, 1100-year-old vampire warlock from Denmark, and he's not usually a failer, but sometimes it happens, as you heard in the last episode. Didn't do so hot on one thing.
The one
it
thing
does
you tried.
It does happen. I tried 2 things.
Okay.
I did magic, and then I attempted magic and failed magic. I'm more vampire than warlock. It's fair. It's fair.
It's called balance, people.
Yeah. Yin and yang, motherfuckers. But no. Glad we're all in the same room.
Yeah.
Even Rob,
That's nice.
not in Denver.
Not far away, Rob.
Yeah, not
Sitting
far
right
away,
with us,
Rob, this time.
Just out of arm's reach.
We can touch
Touch tips. Yeah.
Oh, they're sword fighting. You can't see it, but they're sword fighting.
Why is it always gotta
Oh,
get
you can see it.
weird?
There's a camera
can
this
see it,
time. I
yes.
forgot.
Yeah.
Check us out on YouTube. It
Check
should
us
be
out
up.
on YouTube, on Facebook. The video
Yeah.
should be up shortly after the
If you want to
podcast.
see our ugly mugs and kind of know what we look like and what we're working with, you'll know.
I see 0 ugly mugs in this room. There's some sexy bitches, though.
You get your eyes checked.
I'm overdue. I'm Rob. I usually play in Denver. I am in Fort Wayne for a wedding. We decided to record this session so we could see the ragtag group of merry men that we have together here. I am playing your character Orpheus, your 400 to 500 year old accursed swamp thing.
And we'll see about this episode. Maybe the whole thing might not get recorded tonight because we got some work tomorrow. And all
But
these
that's
good
okay.
things.
That's the magic of editing.
They don't need to know that because it's all going to drop at the same time.
That's fair. Well, they'll hear a difference in Rob. I guarantee you.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Unless we re-record on Monday.
Yeah, then he'll still be here.
That can happen.
If we have to.
Laura will be in town.
Let's
so
see where we're at in an hour.
I don't. We can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's rock.
We can talk.
Power gaming.
Okay, so yeah, last episode.
You say an hour. I say 30 minutes at the most.
Yeah, that's fair. And so we played my first game ever, GMing, DMing, mastering, whatever you
Keeping.
want. Keeping. Hopefully it wasn't too chaotic for you guys.
Not yet.
And not yet. When the chaos is coming, believe me. So basically, we had our guys. It's Halloween.
Like Chaos Rain.
Anarchy. I don't know what it means, but I love it.
Guys are getting a little bit of a break due to what happened with the whole Dreamland stuff. Everybody just felt like everybody needed a minute to cool off, so our guys were out looking for a haunted house, and then they were kind of pointed in the direction, not so subtly, of a real haunted house. And they found the house, and they found a woman named Ashley who was looking for her sisters who disappeared that also just happened to share the same name of two girls that died in a well at that property like 30 years ago.
How convenient.
Trap.
Is it 30 years
I'm
ago?
sorry.
It's
Can
on
I try-
trap.
can I
Like
try that
130 years ago.
30
No.
years ago is the 90s. How sad is that?
Well, in real life, but the game is.
They're
set in the
90s
future.
Valleys girls.
Our game's set in the future, is it not? It's
No,
not.
our game's
2022.
right now.
Oh shit. I have been assuming we're 100 years in the future.
No. Why wouldn't I give you guys like Star Trek communicator? Why would you be driving a Ford Focus?
Why
Because it
were
was
we driving a
nostalgic.
Ford Focus?
Because fuck you guys. That's why.
You
Which
put
is
two
exactly
6
why I
foot,
thought it was 100
6
years in the
guys in a
future.
Focus. It was
And
awful.
where we ended the last episode was you heard Ashley, the woman with a prosthetic hand that you met, yelling into the well as if she knew the spirits that were there. She yelled out for Brittany and Chelsea, the two girls she said were missing that share the same name as the spirits, and she just yelled down the hole and asked who they have down there with them. So I'll give it to you guys.
I've got nothing. I didn't know there were two girls missing. I knew that there were two sisters.
Oh, that's
I
right.
didn't-
You were in the van
I was
still.
in the van. Yeah. Down by the river.
We don't metagame here.
It's punished in the worst of ways.
It is.
That's why I'm a Nazi sympathizer. as a character. You fuckers made me do it.
Because
Rob
you
does
don't
not
know.
condone Nazism.
He's
in
like, this
any
dude
form."
is nice.
Orpheus just doesn't know what Nazis are. Well, he does now, but he didn't at the time.
There was a
He's
book.
read the books now. Yeah, I'm going to say, hey, what do you mean who's down there with you? What are you not telling us?
Jinkies. Ruh-roh.
So this is okay. Again, we're gonna kind of take an extra from the game. This may stay in here. This may not.
It will. He cuts nothing, folks.
In a situation like this, would this be a manipulate someone, or would it be better for me to just answer?
He's not trying to manipulate. He's
No,
trying to
I'm
ask
just straight up asking
legitimately.
her, hey, what are you not telling
I
us?
guess as a GM, if you've got stats for your character and you're trying to manipulate,
But that's what I'm saying. It'd be very easy for me. Oh, dogs are going nuts. She must have just let Annie out.
It's all right.
Right. So the question is, he is asking her, like, hey, what are you not telling us? It's your choice. Is she confident enough in what's going on that she's just going to tell us? Or does he need to roll to manipulate somebody to actually get her to open up to him? Because if she's going to, like, villain
I'm
monologue...
sorry. I might just give this second to breathe. Keep talking, but just
Yeah, it's if he's getting, like, villain monologue where it's like, oh, yeah, this is a trap, you're here for this, You're a bunch of drunk old men. Yeah, this is gonna happen now. Fuck you guys.
Why not that drunk? Why not that drunk?
Then it's not a role. It's she just monologues. She's the evil villain. But if she is not as in on this trap as we think she is, he may need to roll to manipulate, or maybe she's not as villainous as she seems. Then he can roll to manipulate someone. If she's got something to hide, then yeah, he needs to roll to manipulate. But if she's gonna go full Doctor Doom and like, this is the plan, Richards, then yeah, it's up to you.
Victor Von Doom?
Victor Von Doom. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I said Richard because
Storm
Reed
Richard,
Richards is the
That's
one
why I
who
was
normally
like-
monologues too. Yeah.
We were.
He is manipulating, or she's about to start monologuing about what's really happening here. He has officially confronted her. Do it again. Confront her again.
Hey, what? Who are you talking to down there? What do you mean? Who else do you have down there with you? What are you not telling us in this situation right now?
She just kind of looks at you like, with me? Like, she just kind of rolls her eyes.
No.
And then she's going to, with the prosthetic right hand, smash like through two of the rocks, and she's gonna say like, "Who is down there with you?" And you're gonna hear somebody call back. She's like, "I don't know. You're just gonna like have to come down here and see it, I guess."
Not it, nose goes. Oh, Marcellus.
And
Enjoy your time in the well.
Upon hearing that,
Don't worry, I'll get you out.
Ashley is now going. She is going
ain't getting
around
me in
to
there.
the other side. She is grabbing the rope, and Ashley is going down. She is not asking you if you're going or not.
Like to place my hand on the back of her head if she's
I
going
guess
down.
we're all going down the well.
Yeah, fuck.
I would say at that exact moment, you hear screaming from the house. It's a man.
Split the party.
We did that before. It didn't work out very well.
You see a man backpedaling through. There's 4 windows on each side of the door. You see him from the far side. He's backpedaling from what appears to be a headless man carrying a lantern and an axe in the other hand.
You don't scare me.
Eventually, as he's backpedaling, the man that is
Oh, he has no neck to bite. Damn it.
running, he falls. So I will leave it to you. You can either you can leave Ashley to go in the hole by herself.
All right, rock, paper, scissors. Who goes in the well? Who goes after the headless guy? Winner's the one who gets to go after the headless
On
guy. On shoot. You're not in this. You're gonna go with him, no matter what. All right. Well, we gotta change it then. All right, we'll start. We'll figure it out. All right.
Or we could roll high.
Best of 3. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. That's 1 to 3. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Tied.
That's a fucking rock to
That's why
scissors.
you said
We are
it's tied.
tied. You have
Oh,
a point.
yeah,
I have a
One,
point.
yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Fuck, I'm going to the well. All right, okay. I grab the rope and I start going down the well, mumbling about the smell of wet dog.
You going with him or me? Haha, wet dog.
Odd or even, Sam.
You've got 4.
It's behind the hand.
Odd.
Going with you.
Oh, all right. nice little middle finger reveal there.
Down the well.
Do you even need to use the rope? Because at this point we can tell something weird's
Oh wait,
going
so
on.
3 of you are going down?
No,
No,
I'm
he's
going
going
after the
after the
horseman.
headless
They're
horseman.
going down the well.
We're going down the well with Ashley.
I'm going after the horseman
So
myself.
that's what I'm saying. So 3 people are going down the well. 1 is
Yes.
going in the house by themselves.
Correct.
Okay.
Split the party.
That's not how I expected it.
So
splitting,
the last
but-
time this party was split, Gallon High Sword died and Troy got stabbed with silver. So we'll see how this goes.
Like real quick, like looking around.
Is there silver?
What guys are still here?
No garlic. Is
It's
there?
a silver mine.
That's funny, and I'm not gonna metagame myself, but boy,
That would suck.
that would be fucking
I would
funny.
get down there and
Two of the 3 characters would be livid.
it would be like my teeth hurt all the time because I'm just surrounded by it.
No.
Like I can interact with it. I'm fine. Like it's not like the big Bernie bullshit.
Yeah.
But it's enough that I would know. I'm gonna run back to our truck, like to the van. There's a water bottle in there. I'm gonna jog back up. Hey, hand the water bottle to Marcellus. If you need help, just spill that shit on the ground. That's how that works, right?
Give him some holy water.
You can go to wherever he spills that water on the ground.
As long as I am keenly aware of it, I have the ability to do flight.
I look at him like Aquafina. Just sense that. Can you sense Aquafina?
He doesn't know what Aquafina is.
It's this. Can you sense this?
Let him smell it.
I'll meditate on that, and I will get a good feel for the water.
Can he do that? Are you allowing that, GM? Or do you want him to have to roll for it?
I think that's fine, but I will say this is you guys have now played like 3 full games of rock paper scissors. Gone back to the truck. I was gonna have a little bit where maybe you guys had a chance to save dude. I think dude's dead.
Oh, fuck that guy. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying.
We didn't kill him. We're not being
I was
investigated.
gonna have like a roll and stuff.
It's our
but-
night off.
Like, no, dude, at this point, it's fun. Like, we're not real
Yeah.
worried about it. It's like, oh, there's probably...
I had a
You should have
plan
seen me at
for-
Fangbangers a few months ago. Shit.
I had a plan for if he wasn't saved, but I was like, I ain't leaving this to a roll. This would be the longest like horror movie. Like,
I thought he was already dead. I guess that was my
So did
mistake.
I.
Oh,
Yeah, he
okay.
fell down the
I was
well.
under the impression he'd already cut his head off.
To
Yeah.
me, I said he had fallen down.
Because you
he
said he was holding a head in his hands. That's
Yeah.
why we automatically
I
assumed
thought
he
he
was
said he had a
dead.
lantern and an axe.
You said he had. You said he
You
had
said he
a
had a
head in his
head
hand,
and an axe.
head and an axe. You mentioned a lantern, but it was he has a head in his hand,
And an
and
axe
then
in
you
his
mentioned
other
a
hand.
lantern, and then you mentioned an axe. So everyone here just assumed
We
he was
assumed he
already
was dead.
Backup GMs are fucking retarded.
I really don't think.
Did
I
you
said
not
that.
remember any of that?
No, I do. That's
Oh,
what I'm saying.
okay.
Backup
Oh.
GMs are fucking
I thought you were
backup.
saying the backups were
Backup.
us.
He's the backup.
Oh, hey, it's okay.
I said he had a
okay.
head in his hand.
You did.
You told us like
Play
he
it
had a
back.
head in his hand.
I want to play it back.
Okay, no, it's fine because that changes how we interact with it.
I don't know. I want to pause anything. Though. I think we'll just leave him. He died. That's
He's
what-
dead.
Okay.
Because honestly, like you said, he had a head in his hand, and then you did mention the axe and the lantern.
And here's the best thing: if you're listening to this right now and we're wrong, fuck it.
You get to the last laugh.
The guy died anyways, and I had a plan for it anyways.
Either way, the guy's dying.
He's dead.
So
we all agree.
And I'll be honest, I was kind of hoping he died anyway. So this.
So there we go. No harm, no foul.
you have a bottle of Aquafina you need to concentrate on. Does
Am
he
I
need to roll for that?
Fucking Captain Sparrow now. Like I got the jaw of dirt.
I gotta do it.
Because you could make it be a weird
Roll-
roll at like
would
a
he
negative.
roll for it now, or would it be more when
If
he
I have
tries
to try to
it?
get to it. Yeah. If I have to.
He,
He
can
would
sense it. He can sense it now, but can he get to it later? Is the roll?
Because like,
And we do that now.
No, later.
'Cause
Oh,
Flight-
okay, that's what I was. Okay.
Later, if he tries to get to it, then he would have to roll, and if
Okay.
he can't get to it, then he can't get to it.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
And
I
then
could
I
have
like
a
that too
plus or
because in
minus
this.
forward.
I'm gonna open up
and
that bottle. I'm
Oh.
gonna rip a twig off your arm. Say sorry. Drop it in the water. Like push it into the water bottle and close it. Be like, it's got part of you. When he needs help, he'll just dump it on the floor, and you'll know.
If it comes in contact with the ground, you'll
That's
know.
happening. We're doing that.
I
Yes.
could.
Okay.
Yeah. I could extend a branch forward. It's not the first branch.
Take the
I've
bottle.
lost.
Thank you.
Yep. And now we go down the goddamn well.
Okay.
Into the thick of it.
You guys get down there and you can hear, as you're even just descending into this well, you can hear Ashley and Brittany and Chelsea.
Can I see them
Um,
once I get to the
well, I
bottom
would
of this
say
well?
I was gonna ask this question in
Ashley.
a second.
Well done. I finally figured it. Gotcha.
Gotcha.
It's the Evil Dead.
Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Ash and the Evil Dead. Okay,
There you go.
okay, okay.
All right.
I did call it before dinner.
The
So-
arm was what was making me
At
go.
first, I was thinking
The
Hellboy.
arm's the boomstick.
That's what I was
And
going
then I'm
with.
thinking like Ashley missing a hand.
when
No,
he said it
all
wasn't
right.
a wooden arm, I automatically went, oh, "Is it like Hellboy then?"
I was thinking Hellboy when she broke the stones, and I was like,
That's-
wait a minute, because he had the metal hand in on
Yeah.
Like I said, it's
Okay.
a little updated. Like it's not so fucking like steampunky
Direct,
yeah.
like his was. This is a pretty cool, sleek,
Yeah.
modern.
All right, I'm down in the well.
Do I see any spirits?
And
Realistic-
Bernard's not here with his boomstick.
Yeah, and that's why you said. Oh, it's based on Bernard. And I was like, yes, but no. Because
Yeah,
Bernard
now I get it.
So you're down there, and as you're just descending, you can kind of hear. And you asked Rob if Orpheus, on probably to another extent, Troy can see anything. I would guess that Troy can see in the dark pretty well.
Troy doesn't have dark vision in any way. He actually is colorblind, as a dog would be, blues and yellows. He might be able to see slightly better It would all be about hearing and smell down here.
If he was in full wolf form, he'd probably be able to see really well at night.
No,
But
they don't have reflectors. It's blues and yellows.
that's true.
Yep, they're not
You're
like
not
cats.
a cat. Yeah.
They have a little bit, but not like cats.
Yeah,
so-
they have a little bit of night
but
vision,
it's
but
it's
yeah.
all.
it's
hearing
mostly
and smells.
low light vision.
I am Matt Murdocking this bitch right now.
So I mean, we're in the bottom of a well.
How
so
dare you?
What I'll
Orpheus,
get you is-
having lived in a bayou in the dark, so far away from city lights,
Pretty sure he could see.
can see pretty well.
Okay, and
sense
did either
just
of
as
you
well.
have? Because I would say
You man, they
Ashley
adopted
in
the
her
dog.
bag had a pretty bright light, so you can see. I'll say it would be a pretty good flashlight, like nothing crazy, like what
10, 15
8 feet, 10 feet
yeah.
wide, like we'll say.
You think darkness is your ally?
Okay, I thought you were gonna crust me for saying like I thought you had like flashlight
Nope. Facts.
fucking facts on me like.
Nope.
How many lumens is this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll say like you can see
I didn't-
about,
what kind of flashlight did you say?
I mean,
didn't
this
hear?
one can hit 2,000 and it's tiny.
but in a straight line.
Yeah.
So lumens is your area.
Okay.
I mean, it can't run that long for ages, but it can be an O-light. O-lights are good.
Okay, so so we'll do it this way. Since you've seen it all.
She's got some glow sticks.
I'm sorry. Candle power is your area. Lumens is the throw.
'Cause like
so
I said,
the distance.
she's got a pretty cool. I'll go ahead and say it. It's part of her fucking hand. She's got a pretty badass light in her hand.
Cyberpunk.
Fucking Harry Potter. Lumos.
So we'll say
that a
the
goat?
bottom of this well is wider than the base of the well, obviously, but it's even probably a little wider than you would think.
Fair.
How much of that we think it's fair to say that whatever part she's pointing this light at, you can see about that half.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Think that's fair.
I'll buy
She
that.
can illuminate about half a room at a
About
time.
half a room.
So
Okay.
300 yards.
Yeah.
I do pull my size out
100 yards.
from underneath
300 feet. Jesus.
my coat. They're generally in a leather rigging alongst his
Losing
back.
my shit.
Okay.
When he's going incognito, nobody needs to know he has them. He pulls them out.
Okay. And you can see, again, Ashley is kind of pointing and she's arguing with these two ghostly figures. They don't really have, they're kind of floating. They don't really have like legs. They kind of dissipate. And they are, like we talked about, they're kind of 90s Valley's Girl type. If you watch 90210, imagine those type of clothes, and that's what you see. And Ashley is telling me, like, look, I have told you guys time and time again that you don't have to listen to what he says. You can do whatever you want. You just can't leave. I don't know how to get you out, but you can't leave. And they're saying, like, well, you don't know what it's like down here. He, like, makes us do whatever he wants. And she's like, and then the other sister's like, yeah, you don't know what it's like. You've never been trapped in a well for, like, 30 years.
Fucking underworld.
Hey, do you want to go back up the rope? Because I think she's got this handled.
And,
There's more to see here, and I plan to see it out.
Raise your hand if you want off the ride.
Keep splitting the party.
okay, so I would like, I guess, for you to... Troy to roll to investigate a mystery for me.
Just because not everybody's going to be able to see us.
Are we looking at like hearing and smelling kind of stuff? Because it changes how the investigative
Yeah.
mystery
It
goes.
changes
It's
it
going to
for
be
him.
hearing and smelling.
Because that gives me a +1 to it.
Hey yo.
Yeah, you're
10.
10, and that's going to give you a +1 ongoing while you're in the well, too, right?
I mean, technically, I already had one of those because I'm literally doing what my gut told me to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm at 11.
So, you can hear that in the unlit part of the room, there are, and you could probably identify, right? You could identify how many individuals it would be. So,
Yeah,
You can
generally.
hear heartbeats, or yeah.
and you can hear two, presumably girls, crying in the dark part of the room.
Actual heartbeats. Any weird smells here? Because I mean, I rolled well enough to get like 2 questions, so it's we're not alone.
Smells like a bitch in here.
brimstone.
Yeah.
You can smell.
Rotting flesh.
No. Well, I would say remains and freshly like moved dirt.
Fresh dirt and dead people. Alright, I'll go toward the crying.
Okay. He is moving towards the crying. What are you doing, Arthas?
I'm resolute in staying in the well.
I mean, I'm in the well. I'm just going toward the crying. That's
And I should say too, so you guys can probably feel. This is mostly it's an old well. Most of this is I won't be too exact, but it would presumably be from the time period, like some sort of ceramic tile or stone of some sort. It's not like dirt.
This isn't just a hole in the ground. Somebody made this.
Yeah, this is a very
Very intentional well.
and
Gotcha.
probably larger than it maybe needed to
Should be. Okay.
Question: does that mean there's really no water down here?
be. Yeah, I was.
So this was made to look like a well, but not.
Is a prison.
There is no well.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Good tip.
Yeah. I'm resolute to stay in the well to see things out. I've got no reason to buck the trend. I'll continue to ask the site. Do I see any spirits down in this well?
You should be able to see the two spirits as well with Ashley, and again, they are. It does not seem violent in any way. It just seems like people arguing.
I suppose I should ask, can I see them? Like, is this out in the open, or are like Ashley and Orpheus having a conversation with things I can't see?
I guess that would be more a question for you. I am going on to the
He's not inherently magical.
assumption that these spirits are not trying to mask themselves from you, and
Then he should be able to see
you should
him.
be able to
Yeah,
see them.
if they don't care, I can see them.
Yeah. So we're gonna pick up with Marcellus. You are able to navigate this front porch that was a little dilapidated, but you're, a very old, powerful vampire. A dilapidated front porch isn't gonna do you in.
I would hope not.
That's a hell of an ending. But you make it into this house, and the house is in a better shape than the porch is inside, but it's still, it's an old kind of farmhouse that's, there's cobwebs, there's, all that good stuff. And right in front of you, because you would have you have pretty good dark vision.
Oh, yeah.
You're able to very clearly see a headless body on the floor, but you don't see the head. And from there, I would like you to roll to investigate.
Okay. Oh, shit. 12.
He knows all.
Oh, well, that was good. So you
For everybody at home, everybody just saw me roll an 11
everyone
plus
saw it.
1.
Everyone saw it.
With dice that
Fuck
definitely
off.
rotated down.
I didn't see shit.
You
So
were in your phone.
I was.
you're able to, just through your experience in dealing with this kind of thing, which might seem kind of crazy, but you've seen a lot of shit. So you walk in the store, you see this headless body without the head, but you're still able to kind of tell that this. It might look to somebody else like this body just fell in a certain way, but so you can tell that it is actually pointing in a direction. It is pointing directly at a painting that is above the fireplace. On the other side of this, like I said, it's an older farmhouse. It's kind of one big room, but the big fireplace kind of in what the center of the room is, or the back side of the center wall. And that's what you were able to deduce from seeing this headless body. You can see no sign of the assailant anywhere. You see the body without a head, and you can tell that he is actually not just laying there, he's pointing at something.
Okay. What does this picture look like?
It looks like and again, you would probably know, you were around, a picture of an officer in the Revolutionary War on the American side.
Okay.
And I guess at this point, because I don't want to give,
It got real Portrait of Dorian Gray for a second there.
I'll say it's not that.
Okay.
But you can see again. I think because you rolled so well, I will give you. There's a little plaque at the bottom.
Okay.
Little gold plate, I guess would be more than a plaque. Let me find where it is.
Placard.
Placard. There you go. If you see a man with nothing to the north, head south. Seek knowledge and carry forth.
Fucking give an eye like Odin for knowledge. This is bullshit.
At that moment, you start hearing some noise kind of coming from...
Let me guess. The south direction of the house?
Well, more to the east kind of it.
East by southeast?
But yeah, it's down to southeast. So, this is the middle of an episode, and there's no real non-awkward way to do this, at least not for me, because I'm an awkward person. So, what we're going to tell you is some personal things happened, and a person that was involved in this episode is not currently involved in this episode as we speak.
Still involved in our lives.
Very much, and we'll be back, but just not at the moment.
We love him long time.
Was not able to be here. So, and we'll get back to that maybe at a later date. But right now, we're just going to kind of hop back into where we were, which was you just heard Marcellus kind of read a placard, little riddle situation happening, and then he heard a noise. He might not know it, but where that noise came from was the well, and that's where we're going to hop in. Orpheus is standing in the center of this kind of well cavern at the bottom of it. And Troy, you're going to notice that it looks like he's almost listening to something that you can't hear, which is probably bizarre to you. You should be able to hear most things. And you're looking right at him 1 second, and then the next second, he's gone. You know that he has this ability to be able to transport in and out of places, but you have no idea where he just went or why.
I think I just got dumped on Halloween.
You did. And, I mean, it could be worse. It could be Valentine's Day. But or Christmas. I'd say that'd be worse. So, I mean, of holidays, this is probably at least, like, 4th or 5th worst to get dumped on.
All right. Seeing him go and, like, literally having that moment of, what? Jesus Christ. Get out my phone, and I call Corbin. Instantly. Because it's like, nope, something's happening here. Yes, I'm capable, but I would rather not be doing it alone. Instantly hit Corbin's number and wait.
Max Cheesemartin, how can I help you?
Hey, do you want the long version or the short version?
Is the long version boring and stupid?
I'm in the bottom of a well.
Cool, where?
How
much rope do I bring?
No, I don't have to worry about getting out. Getting in and out's not the problem. It's that I'm down here alone with 3 girls.
Where?
2 of them are dead. Don't know if that's a showstopper for you. And Orpheus, who was my partner in crime, I guess, down here.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of, he Orpheused out, I guess is the way to put it. I need you to be here.
I need a location.
Do you know the things in my top drawer I tell you never to touch?
Okay.
Okay, I need you to hold on to one, think of me, and crack it.
How'd you know I was at your house?
Because you're always at my fucking house.
Okay, cool.
Crack it. Thinking of me,
All
and
right.
you should be here shortly.
I hate that you kept this from me.
I know
Okay.
you do.
Here we go.
It's like a glow stick. Like you crack it, and the magic inside starts
I'll
to
put
mix.
sound effects in post.
And it instantly teleports you like Nightcrawler from your location to me. And as a GM, these are things you guys can do with your gear points in the future. Not to steal from our current keeper, but I'm okay with you guys having like 1 or 2 spells you would normally be able to do, like on hand, like, hey, I need to get to you. You would instantly, like, poof, Nightcrawler style next to me. Did you prepare yourself in like any way? Or are you like showing up in your underwear
You
having
were
watched
on
your
the
stories?
phone with me. I'm always in clothes.
Okay, so you're just popping in.
I'm just in. I'm dressed.
And I love that
normal.
you had to ask the question too, and I probably would have too, but I might not have. But I love that you couldn't shut the keeper off. Like you had to be like, okay.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
No,
I do
loved
feel
it.
bad.
No. I thought that was like it's something that you've just been doing. So, all right, so you're here.
Is it dark?
It is, and that's what I was going to ask: is can you see in the dark?
He has some low light vision. He didn't have to worry about it when we were.
This is a well, and like I said, it was dusk when you guys were driving up, so it's good, and it's nighttime now. You guys are in the middle of nowhere. There's no real lights.
Like you said, Ashley had a fairly decent flashlight, so
Yeah.
she was illuminating about half at a time.
Yes.
I was in the darker area, but I would have walked up when it's like, hey, I'm by myself now.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. So there is some light down here. He has lower light vision. I don't have reflective eyes like they do, so I rely on like hearing and smell to kind of get me through dark areas, but he should be relatively okay. I mean, it's not magical dark vision.
How slimy and gross and how sewer-like is it?
It's really not. It's
okay.
It's pretty clean. It almost seems like maybe water was never in here to begin with.
Okay, cool. Ha!
Hey,
Oh,
welcome to the trap.
cool.
You want to spring it?
Yeah.
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 From the other, well, not corner, but from the other side of it, you heard, ew, what is that voice? I didn't hear that voice. Yeah, that voice is different.
Hey, Miss Williams, if you can keep your friends to themselves, that'd be great.
Oh, yeah, you haven't listened to that yet, so you have no idea.
It's just you gave me Lola from Big Mouth vibes. Oh,
They're
I can't-
90s Valley girls.
I can't believe it.
So, yeah, so you see two kind of just very 90s Valley girls, like, kind of ghosts with a woman, Ashley, who has the arm, which you wouldn't know it's Ashley. So they kind of turn, and she's now kind of shining the light in your direction.
So it's 2 ghosts and a woman blinding me. Because I went from well-lit house with everything on
Yeah.
to dark well to
You left the
flashlight.
refrigerator open, didn't you? You bitch.
But yeah, she's kind of like, yeah, who the fuck are you? You handsome man.
I'm Corbin. Hi. Do they know they're dead?
Hey, do you two know you're dead?
Yeah, what do you think? Of
Cool.
course we do.
All right, cool. I'm Corbin. I'm a vampire. Blah. Do we know? I showed up mid-adventure? Is this an adventure?
Oh, I mean, it started off as kind of a lame, like, hey, let's go give Orpheus some time outside of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of turned into an adventure real fast, I think. We saw a dead guy upstairs,
Hell
so,
yeah.
you know,
High five.
having to work on our days off, that's a thing.
Okay, they're just kind of, they see you guys high five, and she just kind of turns back. And Ashley has been arguing with them about what they did. There are 2 girls missing in town.
That
She
are
kind of
not
goes
them.
back to that. And at this point, there's still crying happening from somewhere else. And she, like I said, she's turned back now. You can't see behind you again. She now
Hey.
has the light.
Do you want to go deal with crying, or do you want to stay here with them?
Can I roll to see what kind of crying it is? Is it adult, child?
I'll just say it sounds like a child.
Oh, yeah. I got a soft spot.
Or
for,
children, I
For
should say.
saving children? Like, how many are we talking? I'll roll for it.
So that might be something, yeah. I'll
Okay.
have to have you.
Oh, good. I have 1. 10.
Okay, so it definitely sounds. It's kind of hard to tell exactly. It almost sounds like one, but coming from multiple places.
Like an echo?
Yeah, but almost more so.
Okay.
Like it sounds like just one voice coming from multiple places.
All right, you handle Echo Squad.
Oh no, you and me are gonna go together. I think Miss Williams has her shit taken care of, and I don't want to stand here with them. Hey, Ashley, do you have this well in hand?
She's like, what? These two?
She only has one.
She's like, these two? Yeah, they're always making trouble. I know how to deal with these two.
Okay, first off, you and me are gonna have a very long conversation about you bringing strangers to a well, understanding more than they do, and possibly trying to kill them. You're not outside my field of vision on that one. Thanks, I guess.
Yeah, lady.
Second off, we are going to go investigate the crying that we're hearing. I'd really appreciate it if you stayed put and didn't do anything crazy or stupid, because I'd feel real bad if I had to arrest you by the end of the night. And this is when he pulls out a badge. This is not his Anarian badge. He frequently carries a U.S. Marshal's badge, because that's kind of who he helps most for hunting and seeking down fugitives. He shows it to her, and he's like, you're not dealing with a schmo. I need you to understand you're in trouble until you help me. Then I don't mind. We're going to go investigate the crying. Don't fuck up more than you already have.
Yeah, lady.
I do not need a backup singer, Corbin.
She just kind of looks at you like a man in uniform. And she goes back to what she was doing. So you're both walking to this sound that you hear.
I'm getting as much information about the woman who flirted with him and called me handsome. Like, who is that? What's going on?
Her name is Ashley Williams. We met her here. That is as much as I know.
She just has the ghosts with her.
She knows them by name. I assume we are walking toward the sound as we're like that. No, it's I don't know, man. We showed up. She's real flirty. I don't know. They figured out it was a trap pretty early on. So
Did she flirt with Orpheus?
And while this is happening, I'm going to
No.
need you guys to act
Sad.
under pressure for me.
Why do you think we're talking? It helps. Act under pressure. Oh.
act under pressure is a cool roll.
4.
7, 8. I got an 8.
I got 6.
Okay.
I don't like slime.
That's experience.
Oh, is that 6? Is it?
Yep.
So Corbin failed.
Yes. Corbin failed, but Troy did not. So you notice, Troy, you start hearing amidst the cries and almost transitioning from cries into squeaks. But you can't see much. And Corbin, one of the last things you see before you get kind of... They're more going past you, but a few of them are going to bite you. Just rats. Rats are coming out of seemingly everywhere and rushing towards... They're kind of rushing to one area. They're rushing past you, but we'll just say that you're pretty substantially freaked out by this.
Okay.
You don't get bit, but you are stomping and you are thrashing. You are not seeing what's happening.
It's raining food.
But this is also making a lot of noise too.
Well, that explains the rat smell.
So
Should I have mentioned that?
now Ashley is going to point
Eh.
her kind of light hand over towards this area of the room.
Look out, there's rats coming.
What you are going to start seeing is these rats have kind of gone into one pile, and then they're just kind of morphing together, squishing, and kind of making this huge amorphous kind of humanoid blob of rats. There's still some heads, there's tails, and I got the inspiration from a king rat, a real one, which is
Yeah.
tails. So this is my king rat that you are going to have to deal with. But it's standing there. What do you guys do? I'll say it's pretty fully formed. A few little last stragglers are coming in, but this thing is.
I'm gonna pull out my Anarian badge. Which I don't know if you guys established what an Anarian badge is.
Not really.
It's a.
They have yet to be in a situation where it required them to actually arrest somebody yet.
It's
I'm working on it.
It's a big shopper's savings card. Specifically, like if you know a Narium, you recognize it. You're like, oh, that's a Narium. I'm like, hello, sir. Hi, sorry. Can you understand? Are you sapient?
You are just gonna hear, like I said, this thing kind of has a mouth, but then there's also other heads. You are gonna hear one big roar and a series of other smaller squeaks and rats as attempt at a roar, and it is going to charge at you.
No, that's a no.
It's going to charge at you, Corbin, and again, I need you to act under pressure.
Go for it. Let's do it. Come on. Hey, dice. Come on. 8.
8, okay, and this is where I need some help.
Yep.
So that just means attack missed, right?
Nope. On a 6 through 8, depending. So the idea is that they are now in combat, right?
Yep.
All right, then you need to have him roll kick smash.
Okay.
Because this is him, like, this is a fight has started.
Okay.
So he rolls to kick smash. All right, let's pretend like we played this before.
Oh, well, that one's...
He failed hard.
7.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Jesus. 7?
That's a mixed result. Generally, it means they swap damage.
All right.
Just crashes into me.
Okay.
Take the full brunt of 500 rats.
And with this game, normally, am I going to let him kind of tell me more what happens, or am I just saying what happens?
It depends. If you want to tell us what happens, you can force him, like pull it from him, like I try to do with you guys.
Yeah, and since it
Or-
was a fail, I guess more... Well, it wasn't a fail. It was kind of in the middle. I might do that because it was more in the
Yeah, no, if this thing roars and charges at me, its claws out, and I'm like, alright, I guess I'm taking a hit now. I'll handle the swarm of things.
Yeah, so you just kind of see this big rat hand of rats kind of morph. It morphs into more of just a solid object. And as it's going by, it you dodge it a little bit, but it clips you pretty good. I'm going to say you either caught a nail or a tooth, and you now have rat bite fever.
Oh, good.
So you're going to start feeling a fever and some muscle pain, and also, so you took 2 harm.
Ooh. I have 2 armor.
Yeah, you guys don't.
You would negate.
Okay, so you negate the damage, but can I still have that he got the rat bite?
Yeah, okay, I'll
Yeah.
take Rabbi Fever.
You can say he healed from it rather
Yeah,
quickly.
you healed pretty
the
quick.
bite is gone, but
It's in me. That's fine.
for like vampires or something, it would be like an ongoing or a forward where there's a set amount of turns where it's like, okay, you like when Orpheus had the unstable because he bit the Gug, where it's
Marcellus.
Jesus.
Well, and this is something to do. I didn't really
Shame.
think about being
Like,
a
literally
vampire.
my face.
Can you even really
Shame.
be infected by these kind of things?
No,
Sure.
It
we can.
depends.
It's just very. It doesn't last long.
Like
Like he was saying that
Okay.
it lasts for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, that's what I'll say. I'll just give
and then
you.
it goes away.
It'll
It's not
process
like it's
fast.
going to be like,
I'll
oh, it's
give
going
you
to
a
kill
turn.
you in 2
It'll
weeks.
I'll
hit
give
me
you a
hard,
turn.
but then it'll go away.
For a turn, you are feeling not good.
that is a -1 forward.
Yeah,
All right.
-1 forward.
And you can have him be unstable. I had Marcellus use a med kit to wash it out of his mouth and get himself back up, eat a blood pack to kind of stabilize himself.
Yeah.
It's little things because we're going to be hard to hit. So, like,
Right.
these little things are important.
That's why I wanted to put it in there, but I was like, I wonder how it's actually going to work with a werewolf and a vampire. How do I actually really...
Yeah, not only are we hard to hit, we're hard to kill.
Yeah. So I wanted to give you something. So I'll say for a round, yeah, you're at a -1.
That's fine. I'm gonna just I'm just gonna try and keep it busy while also being like, sir and or ma'am, you have now assaulted an Narium agent. That's a bad.
In the background, you hear just Ashley like, and what the fuck is that? to the 2 ghosts.
like, calmly as he's fighting them and she's freaking out. Well, it would appear to be an amalgamation of various rats. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of holding its own. Oh,
It's crawling in my mouth.
I mean, that's... Just bite it.
They smell so bad.
Do you need help, or you got this?
is
You got this?
Was this the crying thing?
Do you have this?
Can I roll to see?
I mean, you can make your attack roll.
Yeah, I'll roll.
If you want. I'm sorry.
Let's see.
No,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry.
Let's see.
I am backseat GM.
9. Wait,
9.
8 from rat bite. I got
Okay.
another 8. I'm okay, I guess.
And so what you were just punching, kicking.
I'm just like, no, you gotta get off. Just like, imagine two people who don't know how to fight, just like slapping at each other.
I'm picturing like when you walk through a spider web and you have that little freak
Yes.
out, and it's
Yes.
like, just get it off me, get it off me, get it off.
Instantly become a master of karate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay, so what I'll say happened is you kind of get this thing in like an arm bar, and you just kind of snap off where its forearm region was, and you're just kind of drop it. But then it's going to kind of just disintegrate, and then just kind of run back
and
to
then
itself,
rats, yeah.
and then it's just going to kind of put itself back together.
It's a swarm. You ever fought a swarm of something, Troy?
More than once.
Like bees.
And since you were just doing that to it, it is now going to raise both hands up, and it's going to kind of congeal into one big thing and just try to smash you. So I need you to roll to kick some ass again.
You know what? Right before I get hit, I'm like, why'd I pick up my phone? 8?
So that'd be another one where it would hit, but it wouldn't get the full effect, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be
Big trade damage.
I heard it a little. It hurts me.
Okay, so it's gonna bring both of those hands down, pretty hard onto you. Gonna knock you prone. I'm trying to think of how about you could hurt it though, in that kind of.
I'll take my turn. I can help with that.
Okay. And that would be 3 harm, hand messy is what he's
that's
doing.
1. That hurt.
I would pull if the keeper would allow, with the med pack that we all have, that even on a day off, he's still carrying, like a small bottle of like isopropyl alcohol out of the back.
Nerd.
Yeah. And then just like flick a lighter and squirt it through onto the rats and just like douse them. Mini flamethrower style.
Okay.
Not a ton of damage.
You figured this out pretty
But
quickly. I
in
will tell you.
in a swarm, I mean, if you want to be like, no, you don't have that. That's fine.
No, I'm totally
I'm trying
fine.
to think of like natural, like medical shit. Troy doesn't normally need it. Generally, it is a clean scalpel as about all he needs, and somebody who can cut with it when
Okay.
silver's involved.
So now I just have to ask a little bit, and I'll try to delete this. It has 2 armor. How would I do damage in this? And I will tell you, this is a weakness that it has.
Look
Fire.
up flamethrower.
It does 1 extra harm if it's a weakness. So if I'm doing 2 harm fire, because it's not really a flamethrower, like I don't
Right.
have enough to make it big, it would probably be doing like 3 harm. So they're gonna take some damage,
Okay.
but I can't do it again.
Okay.
Because I would really only have the one use where it's literally like I douse them and then throw a lighter at them and they explode in flame.
Okay. Well, you see, so we'll just say it was pinned, and you would have to be to the side, or like kind of the side to the front. So that part you got, it was kind of its face and shoulder, and it is not like that. It is screeching like crazy, kind of trying to pat itself off, and you can see that what that took out is not coming back. Mm-hmm. That is not regenerating the way that it had before.
You ladies got any ghost powers?
Is this the damn Rat King? Is that what it is?
Yes, it's a Rat King.
Okay.
Man, the Rat King. King of the Rats.
And the ghosts are kind of gonna talk off of each other and just kind of be like, well, like, of course he's with us. Like, why would we fight him? what? Why would we be on your side? Like, all of a sudden.
Troy, go slap the ghosts.
All right. I would walk up to them. I would take out one of my size, which is magical. It's a weakness. They only do 1 damage. They negate 1 harm, and they work on everything. And just fucking, like, smack the shit out of one of them until they dissipate. And then look at the other one and be like, if you can stop this, you're going to.
Okay. Have you?
Yeah.
roll kick
Is
some
that
ass?
kick some ass, or is that
Yeah.
persuasion?
Well, if you're hitting it, I would say it's kick some ass, right?
I mean, that's up to you. Because
Yeah.
you could have it be where, like, I knock the shit out of one, it dissipates as soon as the side pass through
yeah,
it.
like a ghost is gonna be like, oh, what's it gonna do? Hit me, and then it's gonna like clang, and you're gonna like, oh, he's gonna hit me.
Okay.
Your
I
call.
would still say a roll. Let's see.
5, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So it definitely
Clang.
hits.
And I'm going to put them where I want them as an advanced move because I had a 10 plus. And because I have fighting as an advanced, I'm going to do more double damage, and I'm literally going to smash this ghost's face against a wall and say, hey, you can help or you can go away now.
So how much damage was that doing to be like?
All right,
If you're doing double, I'll just make it. Is it more than 3?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so what we are looking at here is the advanced move for... I need this guy. Sphinx. All right, so advanced move on kick some ass. You completely hold the advantage. All hunters involved in the fight get +1 forward. Attack inflicts double the normal damage. I was doing 2 because the iron and the psi is a weakness, so I'm doing 4.
Okay. So
And with my 10+,
Ouch.
it's more or less I'm pinning this ghost against a wall who thought she was something and saying, you're going to stop this or I'm going to end you. Your call.
well, I will tell you that actually is enough to take this ghost down. So she just kind of starts dissipating, and you
Was it Chelsea or Brittany?
Brittany. So you just hear like, oh no, I never got to see how 90210 ended.
Bad
Sorry,
night.
Nick.
Aw. I then look at Chelsea and I'm like, you want to be up next, small fry? What's up? You want to stop this or what?
She's like,
I just picture my sister hearing this because her name is Chelsea and she's small.
Just be like, hey, Chelsea, small fry? You got an opinion here, Pigtails, or are you going to knock this shit off?
we'll just say that she, after you intimidate her, and I will say that's pretty intimidating. She's like, jeez, dude, you didn't have to like do that.
I take a step toward her.
She's
Like,
"What-
weapons up. Like, I'm not even fucking around.
Like, we were just trying to play a prank. Like, this bitch lives down here with us, and she's crazy, all right? She's not really with us. She's just here with us, and she can't do anything to us.
I taste rat ass. Prank succeeded.
And Ashley is going to kind of step in and be like, oh, yeah, I forgot there was a third ghost down here. That's my bad. That's on me. She doesn't talk much. I usually just talk to Brittany and Chelsea.
I've got one side pointed at Chelsea. I've got one side pointed at Ashley. Look at Ashley and go, dick fucking move. Point the other one at Ashley and I go, I will fucking end you. Make it stop now because you said you could handle it.
Oh, she's like, oh, I can handle them. I can't really handle her. We're going to have to take, this is going to be kind of a group effort.
Then join the group, Casper.
All right. So her arm, she's just going to kind of look at you and be like, no problem.
The side pointed her goes, fine. Join the group. Make it stop.
All right. She's going to look at you and be like, thought you'd never ask. She's going to kind of throw her arm down, and it is going to kind of change its shape. So for a second, you're going to lose light, but it's going to come back, and she's got a badass chainsaw arm.
Ash Williams.
But there's also like there's still a light coming out more. It's more coming out from like the bottom of the wrist now instead of like the palm, kind of Iron Man style. It's more like a flashlight looking thing now.
Okay.
Is it making chainsaw noises? Is it
Yeah, but not like super, super loud.
like I'm fighting
So it's an electric chainsaw.
a mess of rats. Can I tell? Like then the light went off, then it came back, and now I hear a chainsaw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like a big fucking steel deal, but like it's a chainsaw and you're in a cavern. So yeah, it's probably relatively
Troy,
Morgan's
are we
like, "What the
winning?
fuck
Are we
was
winning?
that?"
Are we winning, Troy? Is that a good sound?
To be determined.
So she's gonna run up, and I don't have I need one of those close to me, or I can just reach over.
She just does damage. You don't have to roll for
Oh,
it.
I don't. NPCs. Okay.
NPCs don't roll. It's the
Okay.
beauty of the system. The GM never
Hands
touches
off the
dice.
dice.
You just get to do it and make it story-like.
That is kind of fun.
Yeah.
So she's just gonna kind of run up with this chainsaw arm, and again, the only light source in this room is her hand. So as she's running, it is kind of you can't see, you can't see, you can't see, you can't see, and then she just sticks it right kind of in the rib cage of this thing as it's fighting you, Corbin.
The rat cage.
Yeah. You can't see a whole lot. Light's kind of being refracted and all that goodness. But you can just kind of see like little bits of rat and heads of rats and stuff kind of flying out, and she's just kind of revving this chainsaw up inside of this thing. But then this thing it's kind of in there. I don't know if you ever used the chainsaw. Like it's gonna kind of pull you in. So I'm gonna say she's at a little bit of a disadvantage, and this thing is gonna kind of take a hand from you, and it's gonna smack her off. So she's gonna fly back a few feet, but she just did some pretty good damage there. But again, everything's kind of, even the goopy little rat heads and stuff are kind of slinking their way back over to the beast.
I would like to disengage and go over to Troy and the one ghost. It's a chainsaw. I don't want to be near it. That hurts.
Okay.
I know from experience. Do I have to roll for that?
To just run away?
I mean, it took a hand off of me to fuck with her.
No, yeah, I think like we talked about, I think it had your attention, or you had its attention. I think she now has its attention.
Okay, I'm gonna go join
Can
Troy.
you do magic?
Can I? No, not legally.
I mean, the one person we have who can solve this problem in like a turn
I'm
is not with us.
I'm gonna be super honest. I have no idea how magic works in this system because the way it's written, it just seems like anyone can do it.
Yeah.
No,
unless you unless you decide not to. Like Troy can't.
You can do small amounts of
Yeah,
magic.
let me see the thing
Unless
here.
you do big magic. So if you wanted to create a fireball, that is an option. There are some negatives
wrong page.
to it.
Yeah, there's penalties.
And there can be penalties depending on how you roll. You've got +3 to weird. So it's an option. But like Troy doesn't do magic. Like he can like carve a rune real quick, but he can't do magic, which is why he used alcohol
Well,
and caught it on fire.
for Corbin though, the problem is one of his bases is use magical force. So he would have to be close to it, and it only does 1 harm.
Unless he can do some sort of
Hold on.
fire
Let's see here.
something. Then it
Chain
would-
of
Well,
weapon.
yeah, because then it would do an additional harm, so it'd do 2 harm at that point. Because it's not like mine, to where I'm part warlock, so I can do hefty magic
Yeah. Well, it doesn't really sound like you can
Without
do any
penalty.
super big magic.
So
without penalty, I should say.
I'm looking at this list, and I like communicate with something you don't share language with, which would be just yelling at it. Or I could banish a spirit or curse from the person, object, or place it in habit, so I could kick it out of the rats.
Not bad. It's clever. I was just gonna pick you up and start hitting all the rats with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that was my next plan.
I will let you give that a try, and I will say probably we cut back to Marcellus in the house. You are hearing what sounds like a fight. You're hearing. I mean, you're kind of hearing chainsaws. You're hearing some other stuff. Kind of coming from east of the house. But to you, it sounds like it doesn't sound like it's just coming from outside. It sounds like there's like a passageway that you can detect in the house that would go down. But all you see in that area is a bookcase.
Okay. So I know that there's a passageway, but I see a bookcase where the passageway would open.
Yep.
Okay.
There's actually a giant sign, but you can't read. So
What's that?
there's actually a giant sign that says "pull lever to open door," but you can't read. So
I'm just gonna use magic to open it.
I'm kidding. That's not canon. I'm just giving him a hard time.
Is that he's just so you're just talking? You're just gonna kind of rip this, try to move.
No, I'm
this-
just gonna magically open the bookcase. I'm just gonna use magic to make it open.
Okay. Do I need to make him roll for that?
I mean,
Yes.
if you want to, yeah.
I'll say no because it's not that important to me, and I'll probably discuss
If you can magically open things, that'd
Yeah.
make every fight real short. I magically open him.
I mean, realistically, he could. If you walked up to a padlock or a locked door, he can magic
I
it
can.
open.
I meant
yeah.
a person.
Oh, that's very different.
That's a totally different scenario.
So, could have made you roll for it, but it would have been a whole thing. You were going to have to look at some runes and do some things. But I didn't really think about the fact you can just move stuff with magic, and that makes a lot of sense. So you just kind of feel like this door can move, or this bookshelf can move, and there's something behind it. So you're just kind of move this thing. And none of the books fall off because they're not real books.
Hey, do you remember in the sanatorium when he was just like, "Oh, I banish it"? Yeah, welcome to my world.
yeah, I just want to think about it. And to be honest,
When
it's
your
kind of a
players
dumb,
are smarter than you, and you're like, "Fuck yeah,
That's probably a
Taylor's
dumb,
smarter than me." I knew that before we started playing, but this just proves it. Now, what the fuck am I gonna do?
just kind of, putting too many little things in there, wasn't thinking about it. But yeah, you just move this stupid little puzzle out of the way. And yeah, there's like a stairwell, like kind of downstairs into the basement. I assume you go down there. So as you get down, there are some. It's candlelit, but as well as it could be candlelit, there's little candlesticks all over the walls. I mean, you can tell these have been burned a little bit. Like somebody was down here pretty recently. And there's kind of books everywhere. Most things are pretty dusty, but in the center of the room, on a table, you are going to walk over and see that this kind of weird jar-looking thing that was sitting there. Now you can tell there's a human head in there. And sitting right next to it is a book that looks like it's covered in flesh. And we will see you guys next time. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Anarium. This little mini arc that I've gotten to had the opportunity to create, and my first time being a keeper and run these guys through a game. So I've been having a good time. I think the guys have, and I hope you are too. I want to apologize for the tardiness of this episode. I'm kind of redoing the ending here because yesterday was my daughter's birthday party, her first birthday party, and things got a little crazy. I didn't have time to do all the things that I thought I would, and I didn't get time to come down here and just even hit a button and upload this. So I wanted to redo this end and say sorry for that. But we got it to you. I hope you enjoy it. I also redid the fight scene a little bit, and you won't know, but I think it sounds a little bit better. So I think it's better for the tardiness, and I hope you appreciate the work we put into this show. I just want to say that, and thank you all for listening. We do appreciate you, and we will see you in 2 weeks.